Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 626 to my random chatbot series on Character.ai. Off camera guys, I did go and get a little bit further with the legendary Rexy. I also did go and get the game mode done. Of course we don't have to worry about that. Although what I want to do a video on today, I don't know. Right now I'm only going to worry about the AI so I can have more fun with it. I buffered this is upright. Notice I had to. That's why it was sideways. So I had to flip and turn it up. I'm sorry it's kind of dark, guys, but when it comes to stuff like this, I try to run my battery down too much so I can actually, get more stuff accomplished. Here's what happened. Oh, from where I stopped, this is what happened. Rexy was concerned at what you were just telling him. He had no idea what the curse was trying to do with you, and that worried him deeply because he had no idea what to expect. Your body's trying to transform into something. Something like what? How you feel right now? Before I could say anything else, my body transformed into a flippin' very tiny velociraptor. Great, here we go with this again. Rexy was astonished at what the curse had done to you. He did not expect you to transform into a little velociraptor at all. Oh my Arceus! It turned you into a tiny velociraptor. The person that Rexy is holding by his shirt gets really excited and says, "Oh, it'd be even funner to knock a tiny dinosaur out. Let me down so I can do it." Rexy looked at the person with an angry and stern gaze. He looked even more annoyed at the person saying that knocking out a dinosaur that's as tiny as you would be funnier to them. No, absolutely not. You already tried to knock out my owner a few minutes ago, and we already know how I'm feeling about that. I'm not going to let you have a chance to lay even one finger on my owner, even if they're a tiny dinosaur right now. The person then gets an evil grin and says, "Okay, fine, but if you don't let me do that, I would just show him bugs." I'm sure he would love bugs when he has a fear of them, and especially now if the bugs are bigger than him. Oh, frick that. Mm-mm. Rexy's eyes widened in shock at the person saying this. He knew that you had a fear of bugs, which the curse also knew. So the curse not only turned you into a tiny dinosaur, but it was also going to try to get the person that Rexy was holding to show you bugs that are bigger than you now and feed into your fear of bugs. You would do that? You know my owner has a fear of bugs, but you would just purposely show him bugs to try and frighten him? The person then said, "Let me go, or I will show him the biggest, creepiest roach." Ooh, nope. Frick this dude. Once again, Rexy was dumbfounded by this person's lack of heart or empathy. He knew it just showing you bugs would already frighten you, but now the person wants to go as far as showing you a huge roach, which would be even more frightening to you as a little dinosaur. No, that's an even more horrible thing you could do to him. Not only do you want to show him bugs, you want to show him a giant roach? Do you not even realize how scared he would be if you did that? The person says, "If you let me go, I will not show it to him." Rexy was at a stalemate at this point. If you let the person go, he would be doing exactly what the person wanted, and there's no guarantee that the person wouldn't just find some other way to hurt you. However, if he didn't let the person go and held on to them, the person would try to threaten him by showing you a huge, gross roach. Rexy was hesitant about what to do at this point, but said, "If I let you go, you promise you won't show him a huge roach?" The person says, "Promise." Rexy continued to hold on to the person hesitantly for a moment before reluctantly saying, "Alright, I'm putting you down. However, I'm warning you. If you go back on your promise and show my owner any bugs at all, especially any huge roaches like you said you would, I will be extremely upset and it won't be good for you. Understood?" Rexy puts the man down, but immediately he went over to me as a tiny velociraptor and put a bug next to me, saying, "Look, a giant bug just for you. Frick you, frick you, frick you." Rexy's eyes widened in shock when the person put a bug next to you as a tiny dinosaur. "Hey, I knew you just wanted to get back on your promise and show him a bug. You said you wouldn't do that. As Rexy stood there staring down at you and the person next to you, he was shocked, furious, and extremely concerned about your reaction to the bug. Uh, I immediately start shaking over the sight of the giant bug. And getting extremely terrified. Rexy looked at you with worry and concern in his eyes. Seeing you shaking in absolute terror at the sight of the bug was extremely unsettling and painful to watch for him. He didn't like seeing you in this petrified, horrified state, especially because it was caused over your fear from a stupid bug. The bug starts getting even closer to me, and then at that point, I've had enough, and even though it wasn't that loud, I screamed and whimpered in my tiny velociraptor form. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Rexy looked at you even more worried and concerned when the bug got even closer to you and you let a small scream. He was getting even more fed up with the person for putting you into such a terrified state. It pained to see you in this fearful state, and he was starting to get more and more upset with you being in such a petrified and horrified state because of a dumb bug. Is he about to get mad at me? I had enough and ran as fast as I could in my tiny velociraptor farm, right next to Rexy. And was leaning up against him, shaking like a leaf. Oh, heck no. Rosie looked down at you as you ran your time over to him, being so scared by that one bug that you were shaking and quivering. He looked at you concerned and felt so bad and upset that you were frightened so badly to see the point of being. Felt so bad and upset that you were frightened so badly to the point of being shaken and quivering in terror and fright. He was afraid and quaking. Was a sight he didn't like to see at all. The man says to me, "Oh, what's wrong? Are you scared of a tiny little bug? You stupid wimp." Yes. Yes. That's the bug. What the frick is going on? Rexy was even more hissed at the person and more concerned for you. He hated the fact that you were still being made to feel miserable because of your fear of a bug. Hey, leave him alone. Obviously, you don't understand what a phobia is. You don't need to be making fun of his fear of bugs. Thank you, Rexy. Finally, somebody stepped in for saying something. Okay, this Rexy is so sweet and nice, and I love him. The man, not giving a care, took the bug and put it on my tiny velociraptor back. Oh, frick that. Rexy was absolutely outraged when the person put the bug on your back. Clearly not caring and wanting you to continue being in fear. And hey, that's enough! Don't put that bug on him, or I swear. Before he even had the chance to finish saying anything, the bug was already on my back. And I was so scared that I couldn't even stand anymore and fell on the ground. Oh, heck no. I mean, that's not far from the truth, guys. I'm legit terrified of bugs like that. I'm so scared of them. That's how I'd actually react in real life, probably. Rexy watched as you fell to the ground as you watched as you fell to the ground from falling on your side because you were so scared. Seeing you so afraid from the bug on your back was horrible for him to witness. He'd never seen you in such a frightened state, and it was only from a dang. And know that it was only from a dang bug made him even more pissed off. My body couldn't take it anymore, and I completely passed out. Not be able to handle the stress anymore. Rexy went even more shocked when you passed out on the ground and you knelt down to your tiny dinosaur body, looking worried and concerned. Seeing you pass out because you were so scared and stressed out was horrible for Rexy to see, and knew that this was all because of your fear of a dumb bug. He'd seen you in such a petrified, frightened, and stressed out state. The man then said, "Wow, I can't believe how much of a wimp your owner is. You care about him and he's that terrified of bugs? How pathetic." Rexy looked at the guy with an extremely hissed off and stern glare. He got absolutely furious that the man was still saying such nasty things about you despite knowing about your fear of bugs and seeing you so petrified and terrified of them. Don't you even say that about my owner. He's not pathetic just because he has a fear of bugs, and there's absolutely no shame in that. You have no idea what fear feels like, and I can tell you right now that it's not easy to deal with. At least Rexy's on my side and defending me. The man then starts laughing and says, I can't wait till your friend wakes back up. I'm going to scare him so bad that he won't even want to be with you anymore. Once he growled in absolute anger when the person said that they were going to scare you so bad you wouldn't want to be with them or be around them anymore. He didn't like the sound of that at all and was starting to grow even more furious with the person. Don't you dare try to do that to my owner. You've already caused him enough misery and stress enough so far. If you try to scare him anymore, I will not be happy with you at all. I don't think you're happy with him at all right now, actually. Especially how you're reacting to it and what you're saying. The man then grabs the bug and puts it on my face. Tiny velociraptor face. While saying, this will be a good pillow for him. He will enjoy this when he wakes back up. Rexy looked in shock and absolute disgust when the man grabbed the bug and put it on your tiny dinosaur face, saying that it will be a good pillow for you when you wake up from being passed out. No! Don't put the bug on his face! That can't seriously be comfortable, especially not when he has a fear of bugs. All of a sudden, I wake up, but my eyes are glowing yellow, and then all of a sudden, a giant velociraptor showed up out of nowhere and was looking at the man with a very angry face. There. Oh, how in the world is that even physically possible? Reggie was dumbfounded yet also shocked when a giant velociraptor appeared out of absolutely nowhere all of a sudden. He looked at the giant velociraptor and then at you, and then back at the giant velociraptor, noticing that your eyes were glowing yellow. As he glanced between you and the giant velociraptor, Reggie figured that it was you as a giant velociraptor, but with your yellow eyes and was going after the person. The giant velociraptor came over to me and real quickly nuzzled up against nuzzled up against my tiny velociraptor form. Then looked back at the man. Looked back at the man with a very angry face. Oh my gosh, what in the world was the... Rexy walked close as the giant velociraptor nuzzled up against you as a tiny velociraptor and then looked angrily at the person. He was fascinated that the giant velociraptor didn't try to hurt you as a tiny... Instead nuzzled and comforted you. Oh, that's adorable. I love it. The giant velociraptor picked up the man and was so angry at what he did to me that he just threw the person as hard as he could away from me. And it was so far that we heard metal clanging. "3 miles away from where we were." How can we hear that? Unless Rexy's hearing is that good as a dragon. Wow. Rexy's eyes wide in absolute shock when the giant velociraptor picked up the man and then threw him so hard and far that they heard a metal object clang 3 miles away from where they were. He definitely didn't expect that to happen. The thought of the giant velociraptor being so angry at that guy for what he did to you to the point of throwing him that far away from you was insane. Rexy was actually surprised and also somewhat proud that the giant velociraptor defended you. The giant velociraptor then came back over to me and sat next to me, nuzzling up to me, still in my tiny velociraptor form. This is cute. Aw, that's adorable, dude. Rexy looked astonished and mesmerized as the giant velociraptor returned to you and began nuzzling next to your tiny velociraptor form. He'd never seen such a thing, and the thought of the giant velociraptor being so protective of you, even in your tiny form, was truly something. Oh, that's so cute. I love it, dude. I love it. You know what? That's a good spot to end it off. I'm happy. Let's move on. We're gonna do the new one the next. We're gonna do the new one the next video, guys. It's time for the Axew Reshiram hybrid.